Cooperation. Why cooperate? It's a human inclination to cooperate to serve the needs of all in order to meet common goals. Some of the influencer of cooperation are reputation, culture, and evolution. The prisoner's dilemma. This is a puzzle created in the field of game theory by Rand Corporation. It's used widely in social science to shed light on what prompts cooperation and competition. Many versions and modifications have been made to this game, and it's used in research for many different fields like economics, psychology, sociology. Overall, it's looking at cooperation and competition. The original Prisoner Dilemma game had the story of two robbery suspects in separate interrogation rooms being asked to confess to the crime. It looks something like this. The deal was, if one suspect cooperates, they get the max time and the other goes free. If both cooperate, they get the same minimal sentence. If both defect, they get the same moderately severe sentence. So, will you cooperate? Or will you look out for yourself and defect and risk getting even more time? In psychology, the prisoner's dilemma has been used in a variety of ways. Here's an example. The story is you get to buy a Groupon worth $20 for a discounted price, but your price depends on how you send it to a friend. You can send it as a good friend or a mischievous friend. If you send it as a good friend and your friend responds as a good friend, you both buy it for $9. If you send it as a good friend and your friend responds mischievously, then you end up paying $17 and they pay $1. If you send it mischievously saying, I want to get it for $1 and make them pay $17, and they respond as a good friend, then yeah, you get it for $1 and they get duped and they pay $17. But if they are wise to it and they say, I want the $17 and you said I want the $1, then you both wind up paying $17. A little more relatable version of the prisoner's dilemma. Would you be the mischievous or the good friend? The problem with prisoner's dilemma exercises is that they only offer two behaviors. In reality, we have a range of behavior to choose from. Still, this exercise is thought to capture how we make the choice between cooperation and competition, and it's been used thousands of times to demonstrate the nature of cooperation. And from it, we've learned things like what determines our cooperation, such as reputation. Reputation is the collective beliefs and evaluations and impressions that people hold about another person in their social network. The knowledge and perceptions that we hold about others influences how cooperative we are with them. Gossip is a communicative act in which one person comments on the reputation of another who is not present. We learn about reputation through gossip, which tells us if an individual is inclined to act in ways that strengthen the group. We're more likely to cooperate with people believed to have a good reputation. Gossip can actually prompt cooperation because the threat of being gossiped about makes people aware of their reputation and how their selfish behavior might be perceived by others in their social network. Another thing that determines our cooperation is culture. In cultures and societies that depend upon teamwork amongst each other and between groups, more cooperation is expressed. Interdependence fosters cooperation. It's needed to survive. Even in independent societies like the US, culture in our homes, workplace, and schools can influence our cooperation levels. The discipline studied by college students, for example, was found to be an influential factor in priming levels of cooperation amongst students. Frank and Gilovich in 1993 found that students who were economic majors were less cooperative than students of other majors. Together we win, so it's probably better to cooperate. Evolution and cooperation. Cooperation is a part of our evolutionary heritage. The tendency to help others is a part of our evolutionary adaptation. We're prone to be more helpful to people that we believe are similar to us in order to promote the survival of our own genetic code and passing it on through reproduction. When we do help those who are different from us, it's because of reciprocal altruism. We're still looking out for ourselves, but we want to get something in return that's going to help us to survive. Another name for this is tit for tat strategy. In the prisoner's dilemma game, this is a strategy in which players make a cooperative move first, but after make moves that mimic the behavior of the other person, both cooperative and competitive. Another way to look at it is, my moral in life is simple: you treat me good and I'll definitely treat you better. We use this strategy in our lives, in our friendships, work relationships, romantic relationships. If the other party acts kind, then we do so in return. We behave likewise when the other party is not kind. And the others quickly learn and recognize that it's a tit for tat strategy and adjust so that it can benefit both parties. Next, you'll be watching the John Quione's What Would You Do video that demonstrates a somewhat realistic view of altruistic behavior.